Hello, everyone. RPG Kimkid here, back with now. This will be the finale of AI the Somnium Files nirvanA Initiative. Even though in the last video we saw the ending, we saw actually both endings, or I don't know. We saw the Mizuki ending, I'd say, and we saw the Ryuki ending. I'm gonna say this again. As I'm thinking back on it, I honestly think that the true ending should be the one that we got as the Mizukis. That one was a really good ending and somewhat reminiscent of the first game, if you really think about it, with both, because in the first game we thought Aiba was gone, but then she came back, and we thought Ryuki was dead, but he came back, so I really like that, and it was a nice little ending too, so I liked it a lot. And of course they had the musical number as well, so it was hilarious. Even though the one that you got as Ryuki is I'd say a little more happy because Komeji's alive. Amame isn't, in jail or being persecuted for the murder of Terror and all that stuff. Everyone's alive, save for Chikara and Jin Furaway. So, but who cares about those two? They're at least the second. Chikara was definitely a fuck. So, but it was definitely a big thing. So you're probably wondering why I'm starting here instead of on the bonus menu. Well, the reason why is, so we're going to be doing the third class cabin today. But the reason why I'm starting on the main menu here is because I've actually started the third class cabin already. I actually started in the last video. I didn't think it was going to be that long. Or I didn't think it was going to be a long thing. It may not even be that long of a thing, so who knows. But that video is already going on for almost 2 hours. And I'm not going to include that as well. So I was like, all right, I'll let the intro theme play out, and then I'm just gonna exit, and then I did my outro. So, but I'll probably give more thoughts of the actual game as a whole once we wrap that up. So, I'm gonna actually cut to that portion of when I go to the bonus menu and go to the third class cabin. And while you guys watch that, well, actually, you guys won't be. Well, yeah. As that, and then I'm gonna fast forward through it myself until we get to the part where I ended it. So, all right, I'll see you guys in a few. What is this? Third class cabin Somnium? A loud noise startled Aiba awake, and her eyes snapped shut. As they adjusted the light, she realized that she didn't recognize her surroundings. Oh my god! We're in 999! The crack Aiba's head connected with something. She rolled over and threw out her hand to save herself, but she found herself groping at empty air.
Whoa!
Her balance lost, and her still fuzzy mind struggled to understand what was going on. Aiba tumbled down to the cold gray floor.
Ouch! God damn it! What the hell?
She looked above her head with an angry scowl. She finally stood where she fell from.
A bed?
A 3-bed bunk. She fell from the top bunk.
I fell pretty far. That really hurt.
Her shoulders, knees, and back were in pain. But her head got the worst of it.
Damn. My eyesight's kind of blurry. Must have hit my head. No, wait. That's not it.
There's a vibration coming from the floor. The whole room was shaking.
An earthquake? But it's shaking too fast for that.
Aiba didn't know what could be causing it.
Anyway.
Aiba brushed her body off and stood. She slowly looked around. She whispered,
Where am I?
Aiba stood in the room so unfamiliar to her. She made her forget the pain in her body. Eventually, 0. The shaking subsided.
Wait, it stopped?
A strange sound started to fill the room. In the distance, the sound of metal.
What's that sound?
Ivo looked around the room. An antique stove. A 3-bed bunk with thin mattresses. There were 5 sets of beds on each side of the room. On the wall was a slightly rusted iron door. It stood as firm and cold as a stone monument.
That's...
First thing that caught her attention was the writing. There was a number written on the door with bright red paint. 5. Just like Junpei's number.
5?
In 9
What's
persons,
this
9 hours, 9
5
doors.
mean?
She stared at the number and slowly approached. She tried sticking the L-shaped handle to the door.
It won't open.
Pushing and pulling did nothing. Besides the door was a device that appeared to be some kind of card reader.
What's this? Is this keeping the door shut?
Iva closed her right hand and pounded on the metal door.
Hey! Hello? Is anyone there? Open the door!
No response. She lifted her left hand. And at that moment she noticed something peculiar.
Huh? What the hell is this?
She couldn't keep the question inside. On her wrist was a bracelet totally alien to her. Digital numbers displayed at the center. Yep.
A watch?
That's exactly what Junpei
it
had.
doesn't look like one.
Couldn't be. Of course, there's only one number displayed.
5. That's the same as the door.
Not that she knew what that meant. I was confused, but decided her first course of action would be to take the bracelet off. She turned her wrist as if taking off a watch.
How do I take this off?
There was no clamps on either side of the bracelet. She turned her wrist the other way. She noticed protrusions coming out of each side on display.
Maybe pushing something on this will work?
She pressed it, but nothing happened. Digital face did not change at all.
Nothing. Damn. I guess I'll have to force it off.
I would try to remove the bracelet by force, but...
No good. This stupid thing won't come off!
The metal bracelet was tied around her wrist.
What the hell is the deal with this thing?
She let out a frenzied scream. The situation made no sense to her. Her head felt like it was going to explode.
Where am I? And why the hell am I here? Why? What the hell happened to me?
Yep.
My head.
Sharp pain with a vision. She discovered a window opposite the door.
This is...
It was similar in style of those found on ships.
Hold on. Am I on a ship?
She slowly walked to the window. Outside was pitch darkness.
I can't see anything. If only it wasn't so dark outside.
She squinted into the dark. In that next moment...
Huh? What the? You gotta be kidding me! What the hell is going on here?
The window shattered. Water started pouring into the room.
What the hell? God damn it!
I was shouting and turned around. She charged to the door.
Hey! Anyone? Is anyone there? Come on! If you're there, say something!
No answer. The water was rising quickly. It sloshed around her knees.
It's not stopping. Not good. Not good at all. I need to find a way out. And fast.
I was swept from the bar and looked around the room. Six minutes, one person, 5 doors. Upon waking up, I haven't realized she's on a strange ship. Solved the mystery and escaped from the third-class cabin. Damn, okay. Okay. Alright, I am back, everyone. Okay, so... Door 5. Mirror. A small red key is... Is this for opening something
I should
red?
probably hold on to this key.
So, as I mentioned before, or as I mentioned in the past stuff, because what you guys saw at the intro before now, as you guys saw in my... Or the intro of the third cabin here, outside my intro. This is a this is very reminiscent of the first escape room in nine persons, 9 hours, 9 doors. So, person in the mirror is not herself.
What's up with my face?
She whispered to herself. Wait, hold on. Let me look at that log again. I should probably hold on to this key. Iva tries to leave, but something stops her. The person in the mirror is not
look like a
herself.
zombie.
What happened?
Man, what the hell happened to me? How did I end up here? I was solving a case. I synced, and...
A moment of memory came back. It was a lost memory before Iba woke up in this room. She got home a little past 12. Iba ran up the stairs to open the door to her room, room 201. I was home, a modest studio apartment, one that 63,000 yen in rent could buy. She first moved into the studio when she started college. It had been 3 years and 7 months since then.
I'm back. Not like anyone will respond.
As she entered her room, she pressed the switch on the wall. Yeah, this is exactly like 9 hours, 9 persons, 9 doors. The ceiling flickered and illuminated a dull white light.
Work was rough today.
She was familiar with the scene in front of her. In the corner of the room were magazines, dust-covered college textbooks. CD cases scattered across, jeans and t-shirts left on the floor. But this time something was different.
Huh? A breeze?
The window is open. Hi, Zero. Hi, June. The night wind made the white lace curtains waver, carrying the scent of deep autumn.
That's weird. Did I leave that open?
I believe, or was June 0 in this game? I can't remember. I know she was. I think she was. Yeah. Confused, she slowly crept to the window. It was open on one side. She stuck her head out to check.
Everything looks okay. I must have forgotten to close it.
Iva closed the window. When suddenly... She turned to face the specter of a man dressed in black. He wore a hood and a gas mask that concealed his face. She tried to scream, but no sound came out.
I can't.
Iva fell to the floor with a thud. She saw white smoke pool around her. Smoke emanating from what looked like a grenade. Everything was going white. Even thoughts inside her head were going white.
Consider this a privilege. You have been chosen.
A voice rang in her ears. It sounded scratchy, noisy, a distant hissing growl.
You are going to participate in the game. The memory game.
The memory game!
It is a game where you will put your life on the line.
That was her last memory before waking up. Iva's consciousness melted into the white fog.
That's right! That guy with the gas mask! That son of a bitch must have taken me here.
Iva clenched her teeth and tried to remember how the man looked.
Well, I guess there's no way to know if that was a man or not.
His voice was distinctly modulated by something, as by was cloaked and concealed. They keep saying
Just
he.
who was that? It said,
0.
You have been chosen.
Iva didn't have a clue what that meant,
What the hell is going on? Why me?
but the memory lingers.
You are going to participate in the game. The nonary game.
I think this is the exact same lines that they had in the remake for 9 Places, 9 Hours, 9 Doors. Well, not remake, I guess the remaster, whatever you want to call it.
The nonary game, huh? What the hell is a nonary game? God damn it!
I have a punch the mirror. Items of 10 can be checked in the clue list. That has a blue briefcase. Cotton stove. Here's the red briefcase. Lock of the briefcase, it won't budge. Found the key, so hopefully this opens. Alright, let's take the red key in there. It's not opening. In fact, it's not doing anything at all. Alright, I'll take that back. Guess I can move the dials now. So it looks like I'm going to have to put in the right numbers and then turn the key. I do that, the thing should pop right open.
It won't open! What do I do?
Meanwhile, the water levels continue to rise. Acting rashly would be a waste of time. I need to find something I can use. Free myself to call this a bed. It feels like a board with a sheet on it. Pretty flat. Piece of paper under the pillow.
The note under the pillow.
On the blue shape and a red shape. Below is an arrow pointing right. Point to something red and something blue. A cork board. There's a note on it.
The note on the bulletin board.
There are red and blue triangles on the note. Below is a right-facing arrow. Point to something red and something blue. There's a picture frame on the shelf. This is a picture of the ship. There's screws keeping the back on. Top of the stove was a faded pot. Let's see if there's anything in there, huh? Looks like there is. Key. Key's pretty small, definitely not for a door. What's it for then? Key's blue. It's supposed to open something else blue? This is the door to the stove. Well, it opens easily enough. Sure wish the door to get out of here was open easily. Screwdriver, huh? Wonder why that's here. An old screwdriver. Doesn't seem to be anything special about it. Well, screwdriver got these screws off easily enough, and here's the picture. Photo of a ship. Looks like an old cruise ship. On the back, the photos were 10 symbols and numbers. The symbols were all the same shape. The top row was empty, and the bottom row was full. What does that mean? Okay. Oh, the ship. I should have kept the other note up there. Actually, so for the red one, the first ones I need triangle, right, left, and then the opposite, but empty. So it's 7, 4. Blue, it's full. It's kind of the opposite. Okay. 6, 3, right? Yeah, 6, 3. That's the last one. Full, empty. Okay. 0, 3. No. 0, 2. So 0, 2, 6, 3 is for blue. And for red, it's something 5. The full right one. 8-5. So for the red case, it's 8574. For the blue case, it's 0263. Alright. Let's open this one first since we're here.
Well, let's give it a shot.
8574. No. 85. I need a plan. I have to find... What? It's not right. Ah, shoot. I think I had the same issue when I played 999. It might be the opposite then. Yeah, maybe it's the opposite. So maybe it's 7485. Let's try that.
Well, let's give it a...
There we go. Yep, I was
Oh,
right.
right, it's unlocked!
Collect 3 cards. There's a number written on each card. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Oh, the briefcase won't budge. Hopefully the blue key will come in handy. I've tried to turn blue key, but it's not opening. Looks like any combination. I think this one, it might be the first one I said. If not, I'll do the opposite as well. 6-3, right? Yep, so that one was the correct one.
Yes, it opened!
Looks like there's something in here. What is this, a file? Inside the file was a piece of paper. Digital root. Let's see here. Compute a digital root with the following steps. First, add all the numbers in question to one another. If you end up with something greater than a single digit, add the digits to one another. For instance, if you have a double-digit number, add the number in the tens place to the number on the ones place. Keep adding digits in this manner until you have a single-digit answer. The final single digit is your digital root. Example, the digital root of 6, 7, 8 would be, so if you put 6 plus 7 plus 8, that would be 21. And then you have to add 2 plus 1, that would be 3. It'd be 3. Yep, see, right there. Therefore, the digital root of 678 is 3. Example, the digital root of 1, 2, 3, 4 would be 1, because it equals 10. 1 plus 0 is 10.
I see. So I just keep adding numbers until I get a single-digit number.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, looks like there's something on the back of this thing. A stack of key cards, huh? The number written on each card. 6, 7, 8. Does that mean something? Okay, so now
5.
I think what I need to do, I need to put the combination mean of this on the side of the device a small gap. The card that I obtained earlier, maybe you slide the card in there. It's lever on the device. Maybe if I lower this. She lowered the level, but all it did was emit a strange sound. The lamp is still red and the display didn't change. There aren't many cards in here. I've only got one other hint.
Of course, the files.
The files said something about a digital root.
A digital root. The digital root, huh?
What am I supposed to do with... There's a 5 on that door.
Do I have to get a digital root of 5?
Yep, and I think the way you gotta do it is it's 3, 4, 7. Because 3 plus 4 will be 7. 7 plus 7 is 14. 1 plus 4 equals 5. So, not really sure about this. Oh, whatever, it's worth a shot.
Let's see if this works. I'll just slide the cards that give me the digital root of 5 through the reader.
Wait, no, we only have 1, 2, 3, and then we have 6, 7, 8, right? Yeah, okay, so it can't be that way. Let's see here then. Let's see, well, 1 plus 7, or 1 plus 6 is 7. Hold on, 1, 6, 8. That'd be 9. That'd be 15. So you want one 8. You want 1? No, 183 would be 12. 6 would be 6. Or it'd be 7. So 3. So you put 3. 3 plus 8 is 12. It's 4, so. I mean, you made 3 of these numbers. Okay. Okay, so you take, if you take 1 plus 2, that's 3. 3 plus 8 is 11. So it can't be 1, 2, 8. And 3 plus 7 is 10. Plus 2 is 12, so that'd be 13. 6 plus 7 is 13. Wait, right? Yeah. Oh, it's 167 then. Yeah, duh. I'm an idiot. I literally gave an answer with 347 without. So 167. With determination, she lowered the lever, which resulted in a different sound than before. This sound, did it open? The red lamp is green. It must have worked. That was the last obstacle. Escape. Oh, is that it? Nah, there has to be more, right? Because that was only 1 door. The thing said 5 doors, so you found it. Wait, was that really it? Oh my god, that was it? Well, okay. I mean, I guess that's fine. There's the bracelet. Alrighty. Alright, let's just load up the game. I guess technically this one. Yeah, let me just give my final thoughts.
Chokiko said find me.
I don't completely believe in this other timeline thing you're talking about.
Oh shit.
It's all like a butterfly dream.
Which do you choose? I leave that decision to you. After all, we are living in nothing but a simulation.
I feel calm when I'm around nature.
Huh. So it showed the that ending bits. And maybe I should have actually had that in there. God, I love the AR. I love the music for this area, so I think it's really good that I'm actually gonna end it here. Yeah, that didn't go as long as I thought it was going to, or that. I thought it would have been a little bit longer than that. So, but I'm not complaining. I liked it a lot. Like I said, it's very reminiscent. I believe that is the exact. Oh wow! So we had the first 2 pages done. Damn, nice. We've had a lot more, but oh well. Clear the 3rd class cabin. No death game this time. They said there's 5 doors, so I was kind of hoping there'd be a little bit more, than that, but oh well. So alright guys, yeah, that's gonna do it for AI the Somnium Files nirvanA Initiative. As I said before, I really did like this game a lot. It was fun as hell. I loved it a lot. I think the way I'm saying it makes it sound like I didn't enjoy the first game a lot. I really did enjoy the first game a lot.
Take your time. I'll be gentle.
Life isn't all about money. I know that for sure.
Yeah, but don't tell that to anyone else.
Costumes are now available for previously cleared scenes. Scenes available to 15 Mizuki chapter
It's fine. Dress me as you please. I thought
Prisoner uniform.
you gotta look good in prison garb.
Damn. 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 Okay.
I have a nice face, but this is embarrassing. Earlier, Boss was working wearing this. She's starting to lose it. This is the face I make when Ryuki blows his nose with a 10,000 yen note.
Oh no.
This is how the four of them reacted when they found out Abyss is getting a Finnish sauna.
Finish. Who is the? Who is that? Kagami? Is it Kagami? Yeah, it is Kagami. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's. So there's the meme. There's the meme. And no, I'm not looking at her jiggly physics. No, she doesn't have jiggly physics. See? No, 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 no. But yeah, no, I said before.
This makes me feel like summer is coming to an end.
Yeah, it doesn't feel that way outside. I said before, and I'm gonna say it again.
This is kinda erotic on me, no? Stealing is bad. Extreme! Makes me want to decide between cooperation and betrayal.
Yeah.
Makes me feel like I'm going to forget my name.
Yeah, I actually really liked.
This is kinda erotic on me, no?
It is, and I hate it, but I love it.
Earlier... man, you gotta look good and...
But no,
Is this a chastity belt? No! There will never come a time this drill will come in handy. I like these cute things. Kind of. I feel like I have a special power. I'm sexy whether I'm big or small. Right? This Aiba's cute, but I'm cuter.
No, I'm sorry, I have to give it to Aiba. I think the chibi Aiba's cuter.
I think I look better in 8 than 5.
Nah, if I remember correctly, 8 was, I can't remember her name off the top of my head, but she was the dancer, right? She was like the sexy lady. I can't remember her name off the top of my, or whatever her codename is, because we had Snakes, we had Snake, we had Ace, we had Clover, we had Junpei, who was 5. The first guy who died was number 9. So let's see. Hold on. We had 8. We had Ace was 1. Snake was 2. Who was 3? Was 3 Klaus? Klaus? Or Claus? I think 3 was Claus. Maybe. Oh, no. So maybe Claus. And then, of course, 4 was Clover. Junpei was 5. June was 6. Or was Claus 7? No, 7 was 7. Duh. And then 8 is the sexy lady. And I can't... She's the only one I can't remember the name for. Damn it. I can't remember her nickname off the top of my head. I don't think her name was Octa. I don't think it had anything to do with octopus, but or anything like that. I can't remember, but that's actually kind of hilarious. Actually, did Tama's voice actress voice her in the game? I don't know.
I feel
It's been years since I played that, but no, guys. Like I said before, I actually really do like this game a lot. I think it's really good. It's fantastic. I think it's a big step up compared to the first game. Not that the first game was bad by any stretch of the imagination, but I feel like some of the critiques that I saw online about that game, and they didn't really bother me that much, I guess you could say, because majority of the stuff is like, yeah, it's not that big of a deal for me. when it comes to stuff like that. Some of the puns are bad. I didn't mind Invincible Rainbow Arrow. It's not a bad song, but it's like it did get a little bit annoying. But they only played it like 3 times, so it wasn't terrible. And I don't mind the Kizzy song. I can't remember the name off the top of my head of it. I didn't mind that song at all. For this one, they played that like at least. Let's see, the introduction, then when they buried the shoes, then we dug up the shoes, and then at the end. So that's 4 times that they played it, I think. They might play it one other time that I'm probably missing, but I think it's only those 4 times. And Amane's song wasn't that bad either, and they've only played that twice, which was the intro and then Genny's death, which that one still fucks me up if I'm being honest. That one of those, I have to say, out of all the ends, that one's probably the saddest one because of Genny's death. I'm actually surprised that we didn't. I thought at some point we were going to see Genny's actual face, but we didn't. Not that that's a bad thing or anything, but yeah. And I've already praised the writing for this game. I praised the writing for how they set it up in such a way where the only time Mizuki would ever see Kizuna was when we were in the present. Same with the only time Ryuki would ever see Kizuna was in 6 years ago. Amame, it didn't really matter because Amame never really changed that much or at all. I mean, I guess the only thing about Amame that happened is, you know, her getting having to do what Tokiko said. So sometime between here and here is when Terror actually dies, and Amame's the one that killed her. I guess the one lingering question is, like, why did Terror take Amame there? Maybe it's something that we saw in her Somnium in this one here, and maybe it's just something I didn't catch right away, but it's not that big of a deal in my opinion. We found no eyeballs here, so I'm actually curious now, since I can do the unlimited sync, which means you're not timed by anything. Could I get the target time in those? I'm actually quite curious. I wouldn't be surprised if you could. I think. Oh damn! I didn't get the target time for that one either. Okay, which ones have I never gotten the target time for? I think I got for Ryuki's. I did. I'm missing 2 eyeballs from there, and I think unfortunately what sucks about that is I think the 2 that I'm missing, one's on going to this ending, and the other one's going to that ending. So that's unfortunate. I think Chikara's the one I got. Nope, I got no eyeballs, but I got the target time for it. Kizuna I got target time for. Tokiko's, I think I got both. Yeah, I got both target time and the eyeballs. Gen's target nothing. I'm actually curious to see how this plays out without you using that timey to become the ultimate chef and all that stuff. I didn't get the target time for this one. I know that for sure. I think I got the target time for this one. Yeah, I did. Oh, and I also found all the eyeballs too. So unless there's a trophy specific to this one or something, I don't have to go into that one again. Same with Tokiko's. Unless there's something specific in there I need to get. Shoma's, I think I got the target time and missed 1 eyeball. Terrors, I got target time, but I missed the eyeballs. It really helps because the numbers are the exact same. I did not get the target time for this one. I don't think I got any eyeball. Oh, I got all the eyeballs at least. Okay. I think there's probably a trophy in here by actually winning the whole thing for this one. And I didn't get all the eyeballs or target time for this. And same with these 2. I have to say, I think I got the target time for this one, but I didn't get. I know for damn sure I didn't get this one. I actually really like this as a final Somnium. I like that a lot. I still think my favorites, like, don't get me wrong, I actually, if I'm being honest, comparing the 2 Iris Somniums that we had in the first game and this game, actually, did we go into Iris? Yeah, we went to Iris the Somnium twice, technically. I actually, besides Amame, which I'm not even going to technically count going into Amame's Somnium the same time because you did as different people, which I guess was the one advantage compared to the first game. The first game you only played as Dante, and you went to And then at the end there, you had, in one of the endings, you were, I guess, technically Mizuki going into Date's Somnium, so there's that technically. But out of all the characters, you never went into anyone's Somnium more than once. It was all, yeah, it was all people that, you know, besides, again, Amame. But again, since you went in there as different people, the first one you went in as Ryuki, and then the second one you went in as Mizuki. So I actually really liked that a lot. I liked, again, but yeah, compared to both of Iris's Somniums from the first game, I actually really like this one a lot better. Although I didn't mind the Minecrafty one, or Shovel Forge, that's what it was called in there. I didn't mind that one. Her first one was definitely a little trickier, but I think that's because, why was that? I think it's because that technically wasn't, isn't the reason why that was Iris's Somnium for that one time is because that technically wasn't Iris, but that was actually Sota, or however, Saito. That was because that was technically Saito's mind inside Iris's body at the time. I think that was the case. So, and then the Shovel Forge one was actually her. And then I think we went, actually, yeah, then we went to, we actually went, I think out of all the characters, we went to Iris's Somnium 3 times. And then, of course, there was a third one with the Fruit of Immortality. That was for her ending. Ota's, I think we went to his at least twice, I think. I remember the first one, maybe the first one was when we went into the cold storage and he was, you know, being a hero and all that stuff. And then again, where we got to his ending with the one with his mother. Or no, that was actually Ota's mother's Somnium. That was Ota's mother's Somnium for that one. Mizuki, I think we've only went to once, and that was for not the tutorial Somnium. That was completely different, but it's more so well, I guess it was technically the tutorial Somnium, but you actually had a time, you know, when we found her after her mom's body. So but yeah, no, out of all the Somniums, I really liked this one as the last Somnium. It was really good because it had all those locks, and I guess the good news is the last 5 were those questions. So even if you pick the wrong question, you could still keep going. You just won't get the target time, which is fine. So I like that a lot. Leanne's wasn't so bad. I did enjoy it a little bit. I have to say I did enjoy it. I have to say out of all of them, Ryuki's probably had the weakest ones. I actually really liked basically most, if not all, of Mizuki's. Like I said, I think this was a good final Somnium. I liked the quiz show one with Ryuki. That one was a fun one too. And again, Iris's was pretty fun too. But Leanne's wasn't terrible. I guess maybe out of all of Mizuki's, if you don't count her going to Ryuki's Somnium, I have to say Leanne was probably my least favorite then of all of Mizuki's. Not that there's anything wrong with Leanne's. It's just the unfortunate things. Like, oh, yeah, that's just what happens. And then I actually really liked it when she went into BB's Somnium too, which is another thing too. I really like that whole, I don't know, I guess you could call it a twist. I like that too. Komeji's wasn't terrible. I enjoyed that too. And Shoma's wasn't bad either. Terra's, I really like that too. Again, you can easily get that target time if you know all the numbers. You're just like, oh, the number's this. So there you go. Tokiko's was interesting. I think, actually, yeah, I guess out of all of Ryuki's, Tokiko's was probably my favorite one, if I think about it. Even though I did just say, like, you know, Iris's was great, but I think it's just the whole mystique of Tokiko's that I really love the most. Chikara's was interesting, kind of like just because of the whole matching stuff, but it was whatever. I really loved Genny's because of that ultimate cook-off part of it. That was hilarious in my opinion. And I did love the I loved Kizuna's as well, because the whole storybook thing was a nice touch. And I love this one too, because this was a really good tone setter for the game, because it was like, you know, the first, you know, both of these the intros here and then the theme here, those were both good tone setters for the game as a whole. So I like that a lot. So all the, like I said, all the new stuff they introduced, like the virtual reality stuff. I'll be honest, it's weird about the whole having you know, the either Aiba or Tama filming you thing. And especially, like, it's so weird how Tama is always like negative about Ryuki, and don't get me wrong, Mizuki's giving it just as much effort as Ryuki does in those things, maybe sometimes not as much. And yet Aiba's all praiseworthy. It really shows the difference between both Tama and Aiba as well, how they feel about their partners. If I remember correctly, so we did do one here. So that was as Mizuki then, or not as Mizuki, as BB. I guess they're both technically Mizuki, but we did one as BB, and then we did, this one too as Mizuki. Did they each have 3? I guess because Ryuki had one for Jin Furway's body, and so did Mizuki. So they both did they each have one for? Yeah, they each had one for a body half, I suppose. But for Chikara's body half, we didn't actually have an investigation though. It was kind of more so like, oh, just let me see it type thing, and oh, there it is. Okay, we're done. And then Chikara's half here, this was as BB. For Tokiko's here, this was as Ryuki. So same with Komeji's, that was as Ryuki, or at least that half of Komeji, and then this one was as BB. And I guess that was all the virtual. Yeah, that was all as virtual. So yeah, I guess they each had one for each half of the body, even though technically this one wasn't inspecting the body. It was more so inspecting the room that we found the body in before we knew that the body was in there. And that was as Mizuki. So yeah, Mizuki and BB each had 2 then. So I really like that. And then Ryuki only had 3, had 4, but 3 of them were only playable. So I like that. I like the VR stuff. I really like, you know, I loved, because then you actually play as the character. You're playing as either Ryuki or Mizuki or BB at the time. I really like that a lot. I loved, and I mentioned this before, I loved the whole twist about the timeline here. How it wasn't actually, oh, everything that Ryuki did was 6 years ago. No, it's actually, Ryuki did some of the stuff 6 years ago, but then it also happened in the present as well. And then, but of course the big thing is like, what the fuck does that mean about Mizuki? Like, that was my one question. If you guys go back to that part where we learn how it's connected and such, where we learn that, we then see, you know, and then I'm like, what the fuck? How does that work? And then literally, like, as soon as we're done at Marble, we go to Ione Gardens as Mizuki and BB are talking, and BB says like, oh, I was this, and that's when we learned that was Aiba's secret mission right there. And we learned it too later on down the road too. If you didn't catch it then, there are other points of time where you could learn it, but I love that a lot. I think this was a very interesting setup for it. And then of course you have the whole Tokiko's thing right there that gave us the other ending. So that was a nice touch too. So I love that a lot. Yeah, this game is just fun. I think it's more enjoyable than the first game. Not to take anything away from the first game. The first game is enjoyable as well. There wasn't as much fluff text in some of this stuff. I feel like I love the running gags. Of course, you have Kagami. Kagami's always a running gag. One that I miss is Aiba's bugs. I think I don't know if it was only the bugs in at Lemniscape, or if it was bugs in Lemniscape and the Sagan Residence, because those, I think that's the only other place that you can find bugs from. But every time you like click on the pot, there's always a new bug, and I was just super excited about that. I love that a lot. So I'm a little disappointed that wasn't there, but I'm glad. But then we also had a new thing too, in a way, with the I don't remember it being there in the first game, maybe because I never really focused on it. But did the first game in Marble, did that have a running gag about clicking on the TVs in the TV in there, and mom would be like, "Oh, want to watch this video or something?" And then like either the eyeball will be like yes, and then the character's like no or something like that. Either way, I love that. I love that gag. And going back into Marble, like the poster, especially that last one when we're at the end there, where it's like, oh, 9 persons, 9 hours, 9 doors. They're making a movie about that. Like that tickled me fancy about that. I was like, oh, I love that a lot. So I love that about like, oh, hey, here's a movie, and then they like give a basis, like, oh, that's just basically this thing, you know. And then the books in there as well. It's like, oh, here's that, and they had that too for Lemniscape. Like every time you go in there and you click on the magazine shelves, they had the there's a magazine about this thing. Hey, pick that up for me later, okay? And of course, the receptionist. I think the receptionist is the best running gag ever that this game had. Same with Kagami. It's Kagami and the receptionist. I think those are the two major things that Now, here's the thing. Would I want a third one? I don't know. Because there's so... Then again, I didn't even really ask for a second one, but I'm trying to think of how are they going to make it work for a third one. I do love this. If they do make a third one, give us multiple characters again. But how are they going to make that work, though? Because I don't think they can do I don't think they can do anything similar to this, where it's like, oh, hey, here's this murder that happened 6 years ago, and then 6 years, here's this murder that happened, and then 6 years later, something similar happens. I don't think they can do this setup again. I don't know how it could work. If they make it a way where we can play as Date, Mizuki, Ryuki, and Bibi, I think that would be nice, because it'd be nice. You know, going back to Date, we never learned what the fuck happened to him at the end there. He was just acting like a cat and such. That's whatever. And going back to that as well, I mentioned this in so many parts. I mentioned in the first part. I mentioned in like the second, not really the first part, but I mentioned in the second part. I mentioned in like some other random parts throughout this Let's Play. This is a sequel to the first game. Okay, for all intents and purposes, this is AI the Somnium Files 2 in everything but name. It just is missing the 2. I mean, I get it. Because, you know, it's the main character's face, and you just learn like, oh, you're actually playing as the bad guy. I mean, you weren't playing as the bad guy, but you're playing in the bad guy's body the whole time, and then your real body is this, and your real body is voiced by a guy who's notorious is being voiced by DC Douglas, who's notorious for voicing bad guys. It's great. I love DC Douglas. He's fantastic. And I get it. Greg Chung is fantastic. He's great as Yagami. He's great as Date. But I'm sorry. And I'm sorry. Like, the whole thing at the beginning there was like, hey, do you know about the new Cyclops killing? Don't worry. This has nothing to do with this game. We just want to know if you played the first game or not. I'm sorry, like, don't do that in like, if you make a third game, don't be like, hey, do you know about the half body case? I'm like, what? No. I mean, well, yes, I do, but it's like, don't do that. Because you be playing AI the Somnium Files 3. You should know what happens in the first and second game. Now, granted, yes, I do feel like this game probably has a little more, it's basically the whole Persona aspect. Persona 5 put Persona on the map. Don't get me wrong, Persona 4 started it. It's basically like this. Persona 4 walked so Persona 5 could run and put this series on the map, basically. You know, Persona 4 started it, but then Persona 5 really went to the sprint, you know. So, but those games are different because it's not like, oh, you need to play Persona 4 to know what happens in Persona 5. No, you don't need to do that at all because it's different characters throughout. There are little Easter eggs like, hey, if you watch the TV on this day, they kind of reference a character from Persona 4, or they reference a character from Persona 3, or and such like that. And even Rise's on the poster throughout Shibuya, and even Kanmi, or whatever, that other character that you don't see in Persona 4, but it's the girl who kind of like replaces Rosette, and then you see her in Persona 4 dancing all night, and then you mention her in the anime as well. So that's a nice touch there too. But I feel like when you have a game like this, it's like Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2 and 3. Yeah, I mean, I would not advise playing Kingdom Hearts 1, 2, and 3. You need to play Birth by Sleep. You don't need to play these games, but at least watch the cutscenes from them. You know, you gotta play Kingdom Hearts 1, Then you gotta either play or watch Chain of Memories, so then you understand Kingdom Hearts 2. That's like saying now granted, Kingdom Hearts 1 Kingdom Hearts 2 kind of does have a nice little, hey, here's a nice little thing to do a little catch up about Kingdom Hearts 1, at least on the important bits, you know. So I can't really fault them for that. Kingdom Hearts 3 doesn't really do as big of a one for that as well. And between Kingdom Hearts 2 and 3, there's a lot more of like stuff that you need to do in between. Like you need to understand, you may not need to understand coded or recoded, but you need to understand what happened in Dream Drop Distance. You need to understand maybe a little bit about Birth by Sleep, just so you know about Terra Ventus and Aqua when you meet them later down the line. Maybe a little bit about Days as well, but Days can be played after. Yeah, you know, there's just a lot of things there. But this game only has 2 games. Or this series only has 2 games in the series. You have the first one, and then you have the second one here. I feel like the game didn't need that. Now, I'm not a big fan of the whole, oh yeah, Date, you know, I'm wearing this mask because the girl I like at this one cabaret club loves this face. Even though I'm like, shouldn't you be technically with Iris's mother right now? Because you guys kind of had a thing beforehand. So I digress. That's probably like my one big, I don't want to say complaint, but that's kind of like the one thing that like I hope they don't do something like that again for the third game. I mean, they can explain like, yeah, I'm still wearing this mask thing or whatever, or don't even have Date in, or have him in there as so little that they could have DC Douglas voice him and have him with his real face and such. I don't know. But again, I don't know what I would want in a third game if I would want a third game. Not to say I wouldn't enjoy a third game. I would definitely love a third game if there's one. But I'm just trying to think like what can they do to top it? Not granted, I'm not saying like, oh, this is fantastic writing. I mean, this is fantastic writing, but I don't think this like, oh, this like nothing could ever top the writing for this and how it was structured and stuff. Because there's been similar stuff like this too. Like I mentioned with The Witcher, the TV series, they kind of did something similar to that in a way where you thought you watched everything in chronological order as it was all playing out, but then you learned, oh wait, no, everything with Geralt was in the past, and everything with, it was kind of the opposite of this in a way, where we thought everything with Ryuki was all 6 years ago and everything with Mizuki was the present, while Witcher had kind of the opposite. Again, I'm sorry for spoiling Witcher Season 1 that came out in 2019, I think, so I'm sorry for that. Actually, 2019, this game also came out in 2019, I believe, too, because I Let's Played it in 2020, so. But no, I definitely like this, and if they do make a third game, I'm not going to complain. I'm just curious as to how it's going to play out. I would love to play as Mizuki again. I hope Ryuki stays around. I hope BB stays around. Yeah, there's just a lot of things that I like about this game. I actually really did like, I liked majority, if not all, of the new characters, like the main cast, I guess. Kizuna was great. Kizuna was great. Amame, even though she technically was in the first game, she had more of a role in here. And again, I actually really like that too. And she kind of ended up being like, she had probably the biggest role out of all the new character, out of everyone, basically. She kind of had, except for like the main cast, you know, Mizuki, Ryuki, Date, Boss, and them, and you know, Aiba and Tama and them. She had the biggest role to play out of everyone. Kizuna I liked. Leon, it took me a while to like, I mean, I kind of liked him because he was like big goofball, so I loved him for that. But it still took a little while for me to like, it took a while for me to get behind his and Kizu's relationship. I'm like, okay, you know, it's the whole, I don't want to say it was stalker to the idol type thing. It's somewhat like that in a way, but I don't think it was as terrible as I've seen beforehand, but, or from other games, but it's still like, you know, it's like the whole, it was like, ooh, this is uncomfortable thing. It took a little while for me to really get behind it, but I did, because Leon's just a big idiot who wears his heart on his sleeve. So I really like those kinds of characters. Tokyo was great. I think out of like all those kind of all the dead people, you could say, Tokiko, I really enjoyed her character too. And his Kameji was an interesting character as well. Shoma's interesting too because of the whole him being Tezon and such. Jin Furaway and Uru, I guess technically Terror. Terror was a great antagonist too. I didn't mind him at all. Jin Furaway, who gives a shit? He was Tokiko's and Chikara's love child who had this thing, so they did that thing to poor Uru, which I guess ended up being Sojima's son, so Iris' half brother. So, yay. BB, I think, is great. I love BB a lot. Yeah. Genny as well. Genny was fantastic, too. So, a lot of good stuff. I liked it a lot. I really did like, this game. I think this game was fantastic. And I hope people play it. Because I feel like this one's probably going to sell more better than the first game did, at least for a while. And if this game coming out be like, oh, let me pick up the first game too. And again, that's why I can't really fault them too much for it, even though I find it annoying about the whole, hey, have you know about the new Cyclops killing, which is basically, hey, have you played the first game or not? Which again, I can't really fault them for doing it that way. Because then, you know, you literally get the big spoil about Date in there as well. And then there's some other hints too. I mean, they even they dance around Mizuki's parents in here too. Or the parents from her first game, you know, they dance around that too. Like, how are they going to dance around that? Be like, yeah, her parents are dead. How are they going to dance around that? Be like, oh, they're just out of the country or whatever. I mean, yeah, during the trivia things, like, dude, it's circumstances. I don't know. Holy crap. I just took this literally 20 minutes of gameplay plus however long that other part of the video is going to be. And I took all that and I made this into an almost hour-long video just of me ranting and talking about this game and how much I enjoyed it. And I did enjoy it a lot. I really did enjoy this game a lot. And again, I hope you guys enjoyed watching me play this. Now, what is next? Well, we do have some time before Digimon Survive comes out. However, I think that's fine because I think there is a game that I completely forgot to talk about during my games coming out for the quarters that's coming out fairly soon. That I'm probably going to do a mini Let's Play of that too because I don't think it's going to be that long of a game of a series. And even then, if it's long enough, if it's not too long, I think it'll be fine because it's not an RPG. Or at least I don't think it is. I've kept minimal look at this game just to be like, okay, I want to see as little as possible of this game because I'm going to enjoy it a lot. And it'd be great because of both Xenoblade Chronicles 3 and Digimon Survive coming out literally the same day as each other. I would only have time to pick one up or pick them both. I'm picking both of them up. I don't have time to pick them up and start recording one of them. I won't be able to record the other one that same day. And granted, yeah, this series is going on a bit longer too. And then of course we have Stranger of Paradise DLC, which I think that, okay, spoiler alert, I'm recording this before that even comes out, and from what I've seen of what they said that's all going to include, I think I should be able to do a lot of that stuff leading up to Xenoblade Chronicles 3 coming out. I don't know if it'll wrap up before it ends, like the day before or the day after, or anything like that, but we'll see. And I think I'm probably going to start Xenoblade Chronicles 3 the Sunday of that, because I really don't like starting a new series on days that I'm streaming, because I feel like that muddies it a little bit. So I'll probably start, if everything wraps up beforehand too, I'll probably start Xenoblade Chronicles 3 that Sunday, or, you know, as soon as I can. Or, you know, and if I can't do it that Sunday, I'll probably hopefully try to do it before that Wednesday, you know. But yeah, guys, like I said, that's going to do it for AI the Somnium Files here, nirvanA Initiative. Like I said, I really like this game a lot. I think it was a big step up from the first game because Mizuki's great. I actually didn't mind Ryuki at all either. Ryuki was a great character as well. I feel like he kind of like he gets the whole short end of the stick comparative because I think Mizuki was like everyone's favorite character. Whoever played the first game Mizuki was their favorite character. So, but unfortunately, you don't get to play as her until you do all of Ryuki's stuff, and then there's Mizuki for the rest of the game. So, if they do make a third game, I hope they do something not like that. I hope they make it be like, oh, we're gonna play this character for like a Somnium or two, and then we're switching to this character for Somnium or two. You know, I hope they keep the multiple characters format at least, and I hope they do it that way too if they do make a third game. But yeah, guys, so thank you all so much for watching this video. Guys, if you liked the video, please give that like button a click and comment down below, check about the video, didn't like about the video, and let me know, guys, what do you think of everything about this game? What do you think of What'd you think of that third cabin Somnium thing that we did? I honestly wish it was a little bit long because it said 5 doors. So I was like, okay, that's fine. If we have to like go through 5 locks or whatever, I think that'd be cool. You know, taking care of some rooms that look similar to the Zero Escape, the 9 persons, 9 hours, 9 doors game, which again I think is still my favorite game of that series. Just because it's so great, and not to take anything away from Virtue's Last War. Virtue's Last War was great too, and then of course Zero Time Dilemma was not bad, but it's like it could have been a little bit better in my opinion. But again, it's not terrible. So, but yeah, I did like that too. So yeah, let me know how you guys felt about it. As always, guys, hit the subscribe button so you don't miss a beat. And subscribe to the main channel too. That's in the description below. As well as follow me on Twitter. Both of my main Twitter, the RPG Kim K Twitter, are in there too. Thank you all so much for watching once again, and I'll see you all in our new Let's Play. Bye.